Yo, yo, yo. Go upstairs and get a couple things. We'll be back. Happy New Year's, man. Happy New Year's. My wife gave me clearance to be here, by the way. I'll be back. Uh, parole hearings to start things off. I'm gonna do the still smoking show at midnight. get mic'd up. All right, so we're waiting on this first. Was it a parole or revocation hearing? I didn't catch it, but we were waiting on the first one to get started. Still smoking, sure. Guess what? A little Uncle Arnie's. I'm gonna get my mind right, you guys. We're here all night. I'll be back. Oh, I forgot. Damn, I got the mic on my chest. So you rolling with me around the basement. See if I can show you guys some stuff. Oh, remember the movie Big? Make a wish. Make a wish. It's one of my favorite things in the basement. Uh, raw frisbee.
Right, good morning. The
When in there,
committee on
roll
parole
up,
is called to order today is
throw it.
Tuesday, August the
That's
15th,
one of my favorites.
8:25 a.m. My name's Brennan Kelsey. Alt me, Ms. Bonnie Jackson, and
Lot of
Cheryl
stuff.
Knoxville will be
Stay
the
focused.
panel. Staff and support is seated at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge. With staff and support, please introduce yourself. Our remote location is Vernon Correctional. With staff and support at Vernon, please introduce yourself.
Fort John, Burn Sheriff's Office. Debbie Barber, Burn Sheriff's Office.
All right, we're ready for our first case. Please introduce yourselves. We're here for parole revocation hearing. Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Michael Harris, 624-604.
All right, we're here for a parole revocation hearing. I'll read some rule violations. You'll plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement. We'll ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process? Yeah, okay. You have a parole revocation questionnaire there in the room in front of you. Do they have a parole revocation questionnaire anywhere in the room? Staff, do y'all have any? Okay, we're gonna put it on the screen. Okay, there's a picture of a parole revocation questionnaire. Is that your signature at the bottom, Mr. Harris?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, indeed.
all right, we'll move forward. Michael Harris, DOC number 628-604. Rule number 2. You failed to report to Leesville District Office of Probation Parole or submit your monthly supervision report for the months of December 2022 through June 23. How do you plead?
Shit.
How do you plead to that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement? Guilty. All right. 4A, you committed the offense of simple battery resulting in officer disturbing the peace and obstructing public passage, and was arrested on these offenses by the new Deanna Police Department on January 13, 2023. On 6/28/2023 in Leadville City Court, criminal under docket number 2023C14185, simple battery, pled guilty, credit for time served under docket 2023C14187, resisting an officer, pled guilty, credit for time served under docket 2023C14186, disturbing the peace, pled guilty, credit for time served under docket 2023C14184, obstructing public passages, pled guilty, credit for time served. How do you plead?
The fight done. It wasn't a fight. So.
Right. How do you plead to that rule
Just how do
violation?
you plead,
Rule number
nigga?
4.
That's it.
14. Guilty.
Guilty. Okay. Number 4C, you admitted to the use and tested positive for marijuana on June 19, 2023. How do you plead?
Positive.
Guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty.
All right. You're currently owed $187 towards your supervision fees. How do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, Mr.
Purple up.
Do you have anything you'd like to tell us?
I was crossing the street and he stopped me and tased. I was L17 now. I ain't even see him. He snuck me. It's Pelican now. He tased me.
I was going across the street and he just
Good morning, Mr. Harris. How you doing?
Pelican now.
Okay. Mr. Harris, I'm gonna tell you what they say happened. They say, on the day you got arrested, you were walking in the middle of the street and there's a car behind you and the car couldn't move forward because you were in the middle of the street. And then at one point you sat down in the street and you were talking to yourself. And then another time, as the car was trying to go by you, you slapped the car on the side and then you made your fingers like a gun and pointed it towards the lady and her two children that were in the car. And that's how the police ended up getting called because of what you were doing in the middle of the street. Do you remember that?
Purple up. It's mine. I remember crossing the street.
You weren't crossing it, you were walking in the middle of it.
It's purple up. It ain't no sidewalk there.
I understand, but do you remember sitting down in the middle of the street and talking to yourself?
I remember I was rapping and I tied my shoe. I don't remember sitting down. I can't say I was on my buttocks.
Well, let me ask you this. When you were at Dixon, you served time at Dixon, right?
Yes, ma'am.
When you were at Dixon, did they have you on some mental health medication?
Yes, ma'am. They weren't giving me my proper medication.
Okay, so but you were on some medication at Dixon, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you got out of prison, did you stop taking medication?
I didn't have any more in my prescription.
So you weren't taking any medication?
Purple, I got some right now.
I know, but having it,
They doing it again. They ain't giving me the proper medication.
Oh, it ain't over
but my
yet.
question is, I'm not asking
just
you if
knew
you
if I left
have
for 2 seconds, this
medication,
one
I
would be
asked
over.
you if you were taking it,
It's not.
okay?
So
So what's going on with you?
Purple, nothing. I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to see my kids. I ain't seen my kids yet. And other than that, I'm just trying to, stay out the way. I thought I was moving out the road. They had no sidewalk. So, if you scoot over a little bit towards the edge of the road, some cars usually just go around. That's what I've been living out here a long time. They don't try to run you over, get you out the road because they know ain't no sidewalk. Even kids. Even kids scoot over a little bit. So, it's a wood line. It's trees and bushes.
I understand. Who do you live with, Mr. Harris?
My mother.
Yeah, how do you get along with your mother?
Pelican now. It's purple up. It's L14, man.
She's willing. Why are you doing that with your hand? Why you keep doing that with your hands? Yeah, that. Why you keep doing that?
Just looking now. That's L17.
When is the last time you talked to your mom?
When last time like probably like 44 days, 40, about 47 there, something like that. About 49 there. It wasn't too long ago,
Okay, tell me again, how many days was it?
like 47 and 1/4. Like I've been out like something close to that.
Let me,
7
okay, let me ask, okay, have you talked to her, since you've been in jail?
No, ma'am. So like that, yeah, like 47 and L14 now. Purple up, something like that. That
Where are
means-
you, okay, stop talking. Where are you supposed to be going to get your mental health medication?
At the Brown, at L17, it's the Brown, it's down by Bird Hospital, it's Thrifty Way, pharmacy.
Okay, but where do you see a doctor for your mental health? You go to a mental health clinic to see a doctor?
Thrifty Way. Thrifty Way.
Can anybody in the room tell us anything about Mr. Harris? Have y'all had any problems with him?
We have not, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
We have not had any problem with Mr. Harris, ma'am.
And I'm assuming y'all don't have any kind of psychiatric person that sees the inmates?
No, ma'am, we do not. We have a nurse practitioner that comes on Fridays and sees them.
Okay, all right. Mr. Harris, I think you need to be on your medication, and I think you need to have the right medication to help you, so you can function, okay? And they're not gonna give you the right medication where you are. So we're gonna have to get you moved to Hunt, where they can, treat your situation. And then when you're released, you'll be on the right medication.
I'm just here off of a misdemeanor. They tased me.
I know, well, they had to, because you were fighting them. You didn't want to cooperate.
I was crossing the street and he
Okay.
tased me.
Okay,
I didn't touch nobody.
okay, all right.
All right, well, panel's prepared to vote.
I was going to see my kids. And
Okay, okay, that's good. I'm gonna vote first. My vote today is to revoke your parole, found you guilty to Rule 2, 4, and 10. Also gonna be request that you be moved to Hunt's facility, Elaine Hunt Correctional Center, immediately to get mental health evaluation and follow up and get back on regular meds. Miss Jackson.
Okay. Ms. Harris, we're trying to get you some help. So my vote today is also to revoke because of the violations and to recommend they send you to Hunt so that you can be seen by a doctor and get the right medication.
they give me medication help.
Let's go ahead and vote.
Mr. Harris, I do agree with my colleagues. You pled guilty to all the violations, and I do think you need some help with your meds. So my vote today is to revoke with the same recommendation. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, 3 votes to revoke your parole. There'll be staff. Could you get him, y'all work and get him moved to Hunt, please?
Yes.
All right, 3 votes to revoke your parole's been revoked. Good luck to you. We'll adjourn at 8:39. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
So when crime and punishment meets mental health, I didn't even see most of the hearing, but um, from the sounds of it, he needs help. And if you're not able to help yourself, and assuming, and forgive me if I'm assuming the wrong way, anybody that knows him, if you don't have the system to help you, um, they're going to. So, parole revoked, and on to the next. Let me eat a little more of this pizza and keep my mic off while I do it. Shit. Looks like another parole hearing about to kick off. I'm gonna finish one more piece of pizza and I'll be back. They are taking their ever so precious time getting started with this one. But I believe it's another parole hearing. As you see, the last one we ran into, or if you didn't see, we ran into a mental health case, and he was revoked, but he was sent to a better facility.
Committee on
Here we
Parole
go.
called to order. Today is
The
Tuesday,
back end.
August 15th, 8:49 a.m. My name is Brendan Kelsey, along with me, Ms. Bonnie Jackson, Ms. Cheryl Renatza will be parole panel. Staff support seat of DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge. Remote location is DCI with staff and support there. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning, Dusty Bickham, Warden.
Donald Cavalier classification.
Jane Babineau classification.
Ashley Bradley Records.
Jamie Duvall, mental health.
Terry Grady, Director of Nursing.
That's it, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, ready for our first case? Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
My name is Ben Scott. Good morning. My number is 94592.
Hey, Ben, you heard the introduction. We'll have a parole interview, ask some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. We have Mr. Randy Meyer here who will speak at the appropriate time, and Daryl Miles who will speak at the appropriate time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ben Scott, DOC number 94592, sixth class offender. Parole eligibility date 1/30/2024, good time 3/4/2043, full term 1/3/30/2044, a 40-year sentence
Yes, sir. Thank you.
for first degree robbery. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Scott, how old are you?
69,
69 years old. How many years have you been incarcerated on this 40-year sentence?
20, sir.
And do you have a GED or high school diploma?
Yes, sir. I have a high school diploma. Yes, sir. It's indicated on my
Tell me where'd you graduate high school from?
Marion Abramson in New Orleans on Reed Road,
Okay. What year?
1974.
When's your last disciplinary write-up?
When I last had a write-up,
Yes, sir.
2020 November. I mean,
For-
2020 December, sir. I'm sorry.
Got it.
2020 December.
For what?
Intoxication, and I think it was a rule 3.
Okay. What you drinking, you smoking? What were you intoxicated with?
Smoking, sir.
He was full of it.
Smoking.
Mojo?
Yes, sir.
Y'all help me out. Somebody, whenever somebody sees this, what is mojo? I mean, I have a feeling. I think it's the same thing as.
And so
Scooby.
you also had
Let
a
me
couple
know.
more in 20 as well.
Yes, sir. That was my last one. I thought you were speaking about my last write-up.
Okay, yeah, no, that's okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
Some
Yeah, I
fight.
Huh?
What was
Yes,
fight?
being incarcerated and coming in incarcerated as an elderly man, sometimes you have to make a statement at that time. That was the type of frame of mind I was in. So I got into a few confrontations while incarcerated. The system is something that and then during that time too, it had no hope for me because when I came back to this parole situation was not in place any longer. It was not in law any longer. So it was like just the life I was gonna live.
I didn't see no other way but to rock.
But I
and
thank
roll.
God that they came back for the parole situation, and I started making changes. And making changes starts from like now, and understanding that situations could be held differently. One is everything is not a fight, everything is not an argument, and the big picture of it too in life, everything is not a killing. So I had to learn these things, and I'm and I'm dealing with it. A lot of confrontation now that with these 3 years I have without a write-up, I have learned, and I learned how to walk away and use the different classes that I have, like with Cajun Rage.
Tell
You
me,
know
what kind of classes have you taken? You taking Cajun Rage?
I take Cajun Rage, here's right in front of me, right here. I done took NAAA on several. I loved it NAAA. I took Living in Balance. I took Living in Balance to the point where I participated in Living in Balance sincerely and honestly until now. I'm the facilitator of the class. I teach the class now.
So you taking 1 and 2. You took both of them, and now you're a facilitator, right?
Yeah, now I'm the facilitator. I have taken Cajun, I have taken Cajun Rage until now. I'm the nursing. Excuse me, sir.
Have you taken pre-release?
Yes, sir, and I have taken pre-release. It's right here. I have taken pre-release. It's right here, sir. I have taken pre-release right here.
What about thinking for a change?
Well, my supervisor, Mr. Duvall, we have, collaborated on a few issues, and it came up, and somewhere down the line, if the board feel to believe I should have that class before I leave here, I'm quite sure Mr. Duvall would assist me in getting in that class and help me along the way. It was just timing, timing is with the classes. And at that particular time, I couldn't get in the class at that time. But Mr. Duvall has assured me that the board that I need to get this class before I go, he would help me get in it.
And so what, you're in Malachi Dad's too?
Yes, sir, I'm in Malachi Dad. We just completed Malachi Dad last week. We are waiting to get our certificates now. Yes, sir.
All right, so what's your plans, if you were to be released early? Where are you gonna go? What you gonna do?
My childhood friend, Kevin Wilkerson, he's gonna allow me to stay at his residence, 6017 Campus Boulevard. I think along the way with Living in Balance and with NAAA, I would like to on my reentry, if I can, I would if the board see fit that they can send me to a place where that I can get more help concerning drugs, I would accept it. I would go. I understand work now. I understand job. I understand a job more now than being a drug addict. I understand a job. What I mean by that is I understand paying taxes now. I understand how important taxes is.
Right.
I understand how important a job is for an individual my age to make it.
Sure.
And taxes, you get some stuff. Go ahead, sir. I'll go ahead, sir.
That's good. What, my concern is a couple things. My concern is that you're a 6th class offender. You've had a drug and alcohol problem for a long time. You've taken Living in Balance, and that's good. Have you had any type of long-term substance abuse at all? Any type of long-term treatment?
Yes, sir. I never had any treatment in the free world. No, sir. But I have taken this. I have taken this.
What is it?
NAAA.
Yeah, no, we got that. Yeah, we're aware.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, so those are concerns of mine. Also, the fact that you've been revoked. You have poor supervision. You've been revoked a lot. You have, you got some. You definitely got some stuff to do. But again, it is still concerning. I know it's been several years, but you have that mojo, and drugs and alcohol are always going to be out there for you. So I'll sit back and listen. Excuse me, and make a decision. Warren, you got any input for us?
Hey, good morning, Mr. Kelly. Not a whole lot. His write-up history was pretty extensive until 2020, and it looks like something changed. He started heading in the right direction. He does have some substance abuse issues. It appears that hopefully he can get worked on.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Warren. All right, we'll hear from yeah, sure. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Good morning.
When I was looking at your file,
Yes, ma'am.
in 1989, you pled guilty to 6 counts of armed robbery. and you got a 40-year sentence. You also got 6 months for attacking a courtroom deputy. And
No.
then, stop talking, and then
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
in August 18th of 89, you were resentenced to 15 years in hard labor. And on September 6th of 89, you pled guilty to 7 counts of simple robbery and 1 count of simple escape. So in the 90s, when you came to prison in the 90s, how much time did you serve on those robberies from the 90s?
I served 15 years, ma'am.
How much,
I had-
stop talking. How long did you actually stay in prison?
15 years.
And so when, do you remember when you were paroled?
No, ma'am, I went back, I gave the sentence back and they resentenced me to 15 years. I didn't get out on parole.
I understand that. So you served the full 15 years.
Yes, ma'am, I sure did. Yes, ma'am.
And about what year did you get out of prison?
I got out of prison in 2004 October.
And then in March 30th of 05, after you served 15 years in prison, you commit the crime that you're in prison for right now.
Yes, ma'am. That's right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And now you've been in there almost 20 years.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've been in prison more than half of your life.
And that's correct, ma'am. It's a crying out loud shame. Yes, ma'am, and it's the truth.
Okay.
Sorry.
My,
Time, guys.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I got
I'm sorry. I'm
ADHD,
sorry.
you know that.
Okay, I am.
So, you know, after having spent
I was told about the
15
case so
years
far.
in prison,
Parole or no?
plus the 20 years you spent on this charge, you only now, since 2020, have started to figure out what you need to do. Why would it take a person that long to have the light come on and understand that you have to live by the rules of the prison and the rules of society? Why did it take you so long?
Is my addiction, if I could have a minute with the board and let the board really see who Ben Scott is, I could answer that question.
I want to show.
I had a serious heroin addiction. My stepfather was not an educated man. He didn't even graduate 6th grade. And I hate this because this is a very curious,
When you served at 15, you had the heroin problem, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm coming to prison. Yes, ma'am.
Stop talking. And then when you got out of prison, instead of going to get some help for your heroin problem, you went right back to using and committing robberies. Why didn't you ever try to do anything on the street to help yourself?
Because when I discharged, I didn't have no situation where that my mind was in the area of like leaving drugs alone. My circumstances that I was trying to explain didn't leave.
Right. But why would I believe that your mind is in any different place now?
Because if the record then does not show what the records show today. The records show that I have participated in these type of classes. The records show that I have participated in drug help programs for NAAA, Living in Balance. The records show that during those times there, I never went no situation with no.
But the record also shows you got to write up for Mojo.
Yes, ma'am, and I have changed all that. I have changed all that. The record also shows I haven't had a write-up in 3 years now. I never had those type of situations before with my incarceration. I'm 69 years old. I'll figure somewhere down the line, an individual person seeks change. For one thing, also, ma'am, I'm afraid to die in prison. I haven't done any living. I haven't done any living at all, as you said yourself. Matter of fact, I just spent 42 years in prison. When do you throw it up? When do you say enough is enough? That's where I'm at in my life. I'm quite sure each and every individual in life has come to that part where they say enough is enough. Enough is enough for me. I'm at that point now. Enough is enough. Look, the whole head is white.
See,
I haven't did any living.
stop talking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you've reached that point. I really am, because that's the first step. But I need to hear what a concrete plan is if you're released. What are you gonna do? Because you're gonna still have those same urges, even though you right now feel like enough is enough. Tell me what your plan is to make sure you don't fall back into what you've always done for the last 42 years.
I am going to, I'm a veteran. I'm quite sure that the Veterans Administration for Veterans have some type of drug programs out there, where it's in-house or out-house. I don't mind. I know I have a serious heroin addiction, and I want to do something about it. Just like I spoke to the gentleman right here, I explained to him, if the board thinks that I need to go into any kind of program, I'm willing to hug it. I'm willing to kiss it. I'm willing to embrace it with all my heart. I want to change. It's time to change. So whatever is available for me on my own, I'm going to get it. I love NAAA. It's stories that was told that would make you think that your story is something else. It make you want to cry to hear other stories, to see how serious an addiction is. Also, too, during those programs like that, is people that you meet become very important in your life, that you can pick up the phone. Oh, excuse me, Miss Bonnie Jackson, I need you. I need to talk to you. I mean, it's serious. I'm almost at the breaking point. Those are the people I need to be around. Those are the people I want to be around. I don't want to be around street life any longer.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Darrell Miles now. Make a brief statement, please.
Darrell Miles, First 72 Plus. We are ready to receive Mr. Scott into our program. Our program has exactly what Mr. Scott needs. We teach a 9 steps to staying free program, where substance abuse is our main goal in reaching people like Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott also said that he was a veteran. And being a veteran, we have a partnership with Veterans Empowerment Service. That organization is geared toward helping veterans who are ex-drug offenders. Mr. Scott has already admitted that he has a drug problem. And so our program not only is partnershiping with Veterans Empowerment Service, but we have a 24-hour hotline where guys can call in at that point where they need counseling, where they need people to reach out to them. We would actually go get them and sit down with them. Not only that, but we have other services that we can provide for Mr. Scott. We have a long-term housing program and a long-term job search program that he would be beneficial to those benefits. And should the board grant his parole today, we will work with him 100% to ensure that he won't be back before you people again. So we thank you so much for considering giving Mr. Scott an opportunity at release. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we're here for Mr. Randy Meyer now.
Good morning, Randy Meyer, Assistant DA in Jefferson Parish. I remain opposed to Mr. Scott's request for parole. I think his criminal record and his DOC record shows that he's not ready yet. I think a light might have started flickering in his head that he's seeing what he needs to do and taking some steps, but I think he needs to show us that the light's on, not just flickering. If you look at his risk assessment, it says it's low, but it also, low. It also says it's high for substance abuse, mental health, employment, total needs, and dynamic risks. His disciplinary report, 40. He's had 8 in 2020. 3 of those were for intoxication, 1 for fighting. And every year he's been incarcerated, except 09 and 10, he's had disciplinary reports until the recent years, and which is, I think, when that light started flickering. And, from 21 to 23, I think is the longest time that he's been incarcerated that he has not had a disciplinary report. And I think he needs to show that he's going to continue in that he's not going to be a discipline problem. He's going to continue with programming and show that he, when he becomes ready to get out. Mr. Scott said a couple of times that I'll do what the board wants me to do to get out. If the board wants me to take substance abuse, I'll take it. He needs to want to take it. It's not what the board wants, it's what he needs in order to stay out of jail. So until he gets additional programs and he shows that goes a much longer period without disciplinary reports, will remain opposed to his request.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Scott, you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir, I sure would.
Take a brief statement.
Yes, sir. I have gotten older. I have gotten a lot more wiser. I think that given an opportunity that I wouldn't let myself down. I want to be a responsible man. I need to be a responsible man for myself, as well as my family, as well as other families. Like this lady. This lady was a cashier, a woman, and I traumatized her. If I had a wife in that same situation, I would be upset. So I would like to shake the hand of the man, of the husband, as well as seeing the children. The district attorney making statements, and here it is. I filed my last ineffective assistant counsel on a sentencing claim. This is what the judge said. This is what the judge said to me in the ruling. The judge said, although the petitioner is not entitled to relief, the code commands him for his grace strides and self-improvement and rehabilitation while incarcerated. Why nobody else can't see that? I'm 69 years old. I don't want to die in prison. I need an opportunity to prove to myself I can make it. I can make it. Don't take the past and crucify me for my future. Please allow me a future. Mr. Miles said they have an intensive program, a long-term housing program. Please give this poor man, old man, a chance to live.
Right.
I haven't had, give me a chance, please, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Council prepared to vote? I'm gonna vote first. Well, you're fiery, you upset, but you have done a lot of work in the last couple of years. You've done better, like I said, I am concerned about the fact that you're 6th class offender. You've had 4 supervision. You've constantly been in and out of the system. You're right. You're headed in the right direction. You're 70 years old. And although don't feel terribly 100% comfortable with it, I'm going to give you a shot on my end. I think you need long-term substance abuse. I think you need to go to Steve Hall's intensive substance abuse program for 9 months. So my vote would be to grant your parole after successful completion of substance abuse, long-term substance abuse program. After that, you'll have to have a curfew from 9 p. to 6 a. You'll have to attend NAA
Wow.
3 times a week.
He's the one I
Yes,
didn't
sir.
expect.
Good with the first 72. And you'll have random drug screens. I'm just one vote. I'm just, listen, I hear you. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of angst. You are upset. You're 70 years old. This is your last shot, man. This is
Yes,
it.
sir, that's right. Yes, sir. Yes,
You know what,
sir.
dog?
That's
I'm
right.
talking good. Yeah,
Okay.
mine. Go to Steve Hall, try to get better, do what you can do, try to stay out. That's just my vote, one vote. All right, Mr. Jackson.
All right. Ms. Scott, I'm 69 too.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's still a lot of life, hopefully, after 69. You squandered most of your life, but I'm gonna go along with Mr. Kelsey and give you the opportunity to get long-term substance abuse treatment while you're incarcerated. And so my vote is to grant your parole after completion of the Steve Hoyle substance abuse treatment program with the same
Wow.
conditions as outlined by Mr. Kelsey.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
Mr. Dotson.
Mr. Scott, I've listened very carefully today and I hear what you're saying. I am disappointed in your record. I would have hoped that, as Mr. Myers said, the light's starting to flicker. And I wish it would have started flickering so it'd be shining bright right now. But I do think that you now have the desire. So I will agree with my colleagues. My vote is the same for the same reasons, with the same
Okay.
special conditions. Good luck.
Wow.
All right, 3 votes.
Thank y'all.
Long-term substance abuse program, you have curfew 9 p. to 6 a, random drug screens, NAA 3 times a week. And
Thank
you'll first 72. You understand the stipulation?
Yes, sir. Thank
All right.
y'all.
3 votes
Thank you.
granted.
God bless.
Sit on the front rows is your last chance. Good luck
Thank
to
you,
you.
sir. God bless. Thank y'all very much. Thank you.
All right, parole granted. But he still has a
God.
program.
Ben, you
to
understand
do.
what that means?
Yeah,
You gonna,
man.
whenever
And look, he's gonna try to bust his butt. We're going there. Well, you know what that means, right? Now, well, get him signed up and make sure he gets going. Gonna try to bust his butt. Well, you know what that means, right? Yeah, he knows what it means. All right, so granted, on to the next.
All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Calvin Cuvion, DOC 470425.
All right, Calvin, my name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Ms. Bonnie Jackson, Ms. Cheryl Nelson will be your panel. I'll explain the process to you. We'll read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement, we'll take a vote. You understand the question?
Yes, sir.
And we have good many guests here today that be able to speak at the appropriate time. We have Carrie Myers, Emily Ratner, who speak at the end of after you. I suspect you want to wrap up at the end. Tracy Calais, Abigail Cuvion, Allison Cuvion, Laura Cutler, Mark Wybrand, Felix Bourgeois, Jay Bourgeois, Denise Hewlett, Vanessa William, Asha Harbison, Heather Kirkendall, Blake Leish, Christopher Kirkendall. And then we have Miss Sharon Roberts, Lucy Booty, Wayne Rogers, Scott Ferguson, Judy Ferguson, David Rogers, Eddie Roberts. Thank you all for being here. We'll speak at the appropriate time. All right, Calvin Cuvion, DOC number 470425. You're a first class offender. Parole eligibility date 2/16/2024. Good time date 3/3/2028. Full term date 2/18/2030. 28-year sentence for manslaughter and simple escape. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, would you please answer Ms. Renata's questions?
Good morning, Ms. Cuvion. How you doing?
Doing fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Good. How old are you, sir?
I'm 41 now.
And how long you been in jail?
I've been in prison going on 22 years.
You were 19 or 20 at the time of the offense?
I had just made 20. Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell us what happened.
So the night of my crime, my fiance and I were moving from my apartment down the street, not far, maybe a mile from my apartment to a house. Unfortunately, all we had was her car because my truck was in the shop. So we were moving some furniture back and forth, and we really needed a truck to be able to move some big things. So the only person I can think about to contact was my friend Justin Stein, who lived in LaPlace. And so I contacted him, and unfortunately, he was delivering pizza that night at Domino's. But he did refer me to his brother Brandon, who he had said was with a friend who owned the truck. And so he gave me his number, and I called Brandon, and it wound up being 3 guys that came over to my apartment and met my fiance and I, who was moving. It was Brandon and his cousin Timmy, who I did not expect to come, and they were in Jim Rogers' truck, whom I had met for the first time. And so we had all moved things back and forth from my apartment down the street to my house. At some point in time, after everything was pretty much in place in my home and my apartment was empty, my fiance Tracy went back to her home with her mom to take care of my youngest daughter, Abigail. And at some point, me and the guys smoked a joint, and we had everything set up with the futon next to my television, and we were taking turns playing video games. And at some point, Jim wanted to get up and leave and go home. And he got up and shook my hand, and I said, it was nice to meet you, and I appreciate you helping me. And he went to the door, and Brandon jumped up and went behind him and pulled him back. And I was sitting on a chair, and Timmy was on the futon to my left. And Brandon pulled Jim back towards me, and I moved my chair out of the way because it was a closed area with the television in front of me. And as I moved the chair back, I felt a pop to my face, and I looked up, and it was Jim moving his arms. And I got up out of reflex and hit Jim a few times. And I paused, not trying to fathom what's going on right now, because there was no argument between anyone, so I didn't understand what was going on, why there was this conflict. And then next thing I know, Brandon has Jim in the other room. And as I approached where they were, I saw the belt for the first time because the whole house was dark. There were no lights on, only the television. And I could see from the bedroom with no curtains. I saw for the first time that Brandon had the belt around Jim's neck. And that's when I realized that Brandon was trying to kill Jim. And now I realize that I feel that I helped kill Jim because I hit Jim and because I helped Brandon cover up this horrible crime. I realize now that I did help kill Jim. And I know that I could have done a lot more. I could have stopped Brandon. I could have pushed Brandon off of Jim. I could have called the police. I had my cell phone on me. I could have did many things, but instead I did not. I chose to be reckless and foolish and to help him cover up this horrible crime.
And so why didn't you help?
I think because I was just young and foolish, reckless, and my thinking now, reflecting on back then, I obviously was being selfish because all I could think about was them getting out of my home. I just wanted them out of there, and like I say, selfish because I didn't care where they were going, and I should have called the police. I should have made sure that Jim got help, and I did not. I aided.
So you've been in jail for about 21 years. And so you've had a lot of time to think about the events of that day, that night. So you hit him, Jim, after he was restrained.
Yes, ma'am.
And have you come to any determination as to why this happened?
All I could imagine, it was out of pure reflex from being hit myself.
No, I meant the whole crime. Why did it take place? You
I'm
said
not
you were trying to leave, and then it all happened.
I don't know why Brandon did it. I don't know why he.
So you had a jury trial. You were originally charged with second-degree murder,
Yes, ma'am.
and the jury reduced it to manslaughter.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a mandatory release date, good time date in March of 2028. Your parole eligibility is February of next year. So if you were favorable today, you wouldn't get out till then. Tell us, as you can imagine, there's very strong opposition to consideration for early release, and we'll hear some of that a little later today. We do have in the record a letter from the sheriff. Strong opposition, believes you should serve out the remainder sentence and that he does not support parole. But tell us, if you would, please, over the last 21 years, what have you been doing?
Well, ma'am, I have been, as you know, I don't get good time. So I've been, over my whole incarceration, I've just been trying to find ways to be a better person and to develop as a man and no longer an irresponsible boy, but to take the programs that DCI has. And when I first came here, I enrolled and got my GED, and then try to help others as well obtain their GED by being a tutor. And then after doing that, I immediately enrolled in the VOTEC and got certified as an auto body collision repair worker or technician. And then I also, upon graduating from that, became a tutor to help other people obtain their certifications as well. I try to help people. Being in a situation, I've worked in the infirmary with the hospice program, helping older ones and infirm ones who are pretty much on their last dying days, their last days here with us, trying to help those people out. And also with the DB court, I would help in the past with DB court. Before I made trustee, I was on the compound And I would help the colonels out when they would have Spanish speakers and they couldn't really understand what they were saying during court. I would help out with translations. Um, I've taken many different programs, as I said, to help me become rehabilitated and change my ways of thinking, my rebellious ways of thinking, um, to just help become a better person and to help those, to be an example also for my children, uh, an example for those, for my loved ones on the outside that do observe me, that do keep in contact with me, that they can see that I am a better person and they can be proud of me for the changes that I've made, although incarcerated, although I am here and not into society, I am a better person now and I'm constantly developing to become a better person for that day when I do come home into society. I can help out. I can be an asset in my community, uh, whether it be to children or an asset to anyone that I can help them learn from my experience of what not to do, and I can be a living example to those ones. Um, but I
Well,
also
you
what
mentioned as soon as you got there, or shortly thereafter, you got your GED. What grade did you complete in school?
I dropped out in 11th grade.
Why?
Honestly, I was smoking weed and I had a part-time job at a car dealership after school and on summertime, but I was skipping out of school and missing school, and so I really felt like it didn't make any sense to stay in school because I was wasting my time, so I quit and worked full time. I just
Any other
didn't.
drugs besides marijuana?
I'm sorry.
Any other drugs?
I had taken other drugs before, but marijuana, I was dependent on marijuana.
So the night of this murder, were there any drugs or alcohol involved?
Well, we had been drinking Smirnoff Ice. I had actually one beer that night, one Smirnoff Ice. The guys had been drinking. It was Mardi Gras, and they had been drinking before showing up in my house, and they did bring some Smirnoff Ice.
So you
I
just
found out
drink?
I had one drink, yes, ma'am. I found out after the fact, after my arrest, that my landlady, she showed up at some point in time at the house and sold Brandon Stein some cocaine that he supposedly had did at my home, which I did not know at the time.
Right, so your prison record looks pretty good. You've only had I could see in the 20+ years, 3 write-ups. The last was in 2008, which is good. You have a low risk score. And I do make note that you have, your volunteer work, the community service work you've done within the prison community. You have lots of letters of support, but you do have opposition that's expressed by the district attorney's office, the law enforcement that I mentioned. So why do you think, given all that and the opposition that is there that you're aware of, why do you think we ought to consider you for early release?
Well, because ma'am, I'm very deeply remorseful for my involvement in this crime. And I'm just ready to give back to society. I'm ready to go out and be a living